Hello. So today we're going to review Pak Sau, and it's the first drill that you typically learn. And what we're going to talk about today is the things that I see a lot of people either misunderstand or not do properly when they're doing Pak Sau. A couple of things. A lot of people, they'll play Pak Sau and either they play it too fast or they just go through the motions. They don't really understand what they're training. So when we first start, we all learn the basic horse stance or e.g. Kinyaman. So we'll have my student Brandon get into that. Okay, so once we have that, this basically sets our three triangles. Our forward triangle, our bottom triangle, and our upper triangle. So then you'll learn the punch. So you just do your center punch. And everybody, we all went over that. So when you're first punching, you're not meeting any resistance. So punching into the air is one thing. Then what you want to do is you want to be able to sit there and punch and develop more power. And you want to be able to do that without letting the fist throw your body and breaking your structure, like having too much energy. So you really have to develop your horse so that you can sink into your horse and develop and release that power. So now when we play Pak Sau, one person will be punching and the other person is going to be pocking. So for the puncher, he's now punching and meeting resistance. So now he's learning to punch, meet that resistance, and now not bounce off. So when he punches, right, he doesn't want to go flying back. So he's learning how to, again, solidify his horse, solidify his structure, that he can run into pressure. We also start to learn to not jam the fist down somebody's throat. So in other words, when he punches, he sees the line, he's going down the line, but once he's taken off, he doesn't sit there and horse and try to jam this thing. Although we don't do it in this drill, what you'll start to see is the pressure will dictate what shape should occur. So what do I mean by that? So I'm going to punch and you pop. So when I punch, if he starts to take me offline or I start to feel this come in, this pressure tells me to do a bong sau, right? I want to meet that and I roll it off rather than kind of try to jam this thing down his throat. I roll it off. Also, if there's nothing there, if he doesn't quite pop me, then I learn I can just go forward. I just keep going. So these are the things, again, that you start to slowly build your sensitivity toward, and those things start to take place. Also, a lot of people think of pocking as defense, right? Well, because everybody says, oh, a fist is definitely offensive, so then the other side of that must be defensive. That's not true. A pock is an offensive attack. Because what are we doing? I'm not sitting here and you punch. I'm not sitting here trying to catch his fist, right? I'm not blocking, right? What he's doing is he's attacking the line with a fist. I'm attacking the line with a pop, right? So that's how I attack and defend at the same time. One of the mistakes that you see people make is, go ahead, they get so hell-bent on catching the fist, right? Ooh, and I got to line everything up. I got to be right on the wrist. Again, it's the wrong mindset. I'm not blocking the fist. I am attacking the center. His fist just happens to be there, right? So you see, I took his fist offline. I now have the line. So what he feels is, oh, that line was shut down. He quickly replaces on the line, right? And my sensitivity, because this is a sensitivity drill as well, I felt him retract from the center, and all I'm doing is I'm replacing on center and reattacking the center, okay? So you got to keep those things in mind because Pak Sau can get boring. If you're just sitting there, come on, let's play Pak Sau. And you just start to go to sleep, right? If you really don't understand what you're training, because this gets boring. I mean, he wants to come to class and do this for 2 hours, right? But if I understand, I'm training my horse, I'm training my sensitivity, and I'm not just playing patty cake, I'm attacking, right? Okay. A couple of other things that I see people commonly do wrong is the way their fingers are pointing. So you'll see people a lot of times they'll pop and their fingers are pointing at the person, right? I want to have my fingers pointing up. And what this does is this makes this part of my forearm a bit more rigid because I'm really using this like a wedge, okay? So if I point my fingers the wrong way or towards my opponent, kind of, it's a little soft there, so I want to be able to pock with my fingers up, right? Another thing that you see people make a mistake on is they pock with their fingers, right? If he's really punching me and I do this, that's a great way to break my fingers, dislocate them, and really mess up my wrist. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make contact with the lower part of my palm, with the pads of my palm, right? That's where I want to make the contact. And if he punches, I'm just going to stay, remember, I stay on center. I'm not chasing his fist, I'm chasing center. Another thing too is when he's punching, right, I want to try to get up underneath him, right? So as he punches, right, say I want to try to get this, because if I can wedge up underneath him, right, much easier for me to want to be like a wedge, like a doorstop. I want to get up underneath this guy. Another mistake that I see a lot of people make is they will reach. So you see people, they reach for the pop. So, right? They'll end up doing stuff like this. Right? That's bad structure for me. I don't want to chase the fist, right? So when you're pocking, or when you're punching, right? I want to keep good structure. I don't chase after the fist. Because again, I'm not chasing the fist, I'm chasing center. So that's a lot of, and that translates into, you'll see people, trying to punch somebody at the end of their reach too. Not close enough. Bad structure. So I see that mistake made a lot. Another thing too that we got to keep in mind is that somebody's always going to be able to punch faster than you can pop, right? It's just, so you see people like punch real fast, right? Like just keep punching. They're sitting there and get caught up. It's not about the speed. This is a sensitivity drill, right? It's just sitting there, somebody's flicking a jab at you and you think you're going to be able to pop my jab, right? Good luck with that. Somebody's going to, again, especially if you're trying to chase my hand. So if it's fast and sloppy, it's really a waste of time. So remember what you're training. I'm training my structure, training my sensitivity. So not that you can use speed, you want to break up the timing, go ahead, right? Because again, I am training my sensitivity, right? But you don't want to, if this guy's just firing punches and you're going like this, all of it's like, Because in reality, first of all, if somebody goes to punch you, they're not going to just sit there. You're not going to, ooh, I'm going to sit here and pocket them all day, man. This is awesome. Like, this is not going to happen. You're going to tend to pocket and just go. So those are a couple of things that, especially if you got some newer guys, that when you're playing Pak Sau, that you want to keep those things in mind. Slow it down. The older Kung Fu brother, you're seeing, you're going to give you a little bit of energy, but you want to make sure that, if I'm pocketing somebody and he's rocking, hey, let's slow it down. Check his horse. Make sure that his structure is sound. Make sure that he's not overextending, chasing. You don't want to pocket and go past center. So I want my energies coming forward because again, I'm chasing the center, not chasing his hand. So cool, kind of like Pak Sau 101, I guess. So some basic things to keep in mind when you're training Pak Sau.
Red button.
Cool. All right. Thank you. Yep.